What's up, guys? Eric Oakley
and Tina Oakley.
We're here bringing you Tyyni coverage, presented by Natural Born Disc Golf, Latitude 64, Dynamic Discs. Tyyni is an amazing...
And Ford.
Ford. Tyyni's an amazing disc golf experience, and we're really, really stoked to be here and be a part of this coverage. We got 3 players at 4 under par, with the lone Finn at 3 under par. Man, we are at one amazing hole to start off this back 9. This is definitely in my dream 18, par 5, 320 meters. Definitely a couple shot hole. I do believe that it can be eagled, but it is hard. It takes so much, and especially in these conditions, you can still hear it coming down. Lots of rain. The eagle's showing you exactly how you want to draw it up. Big hyzer with a slightly straight disc that works its way to the left side and opens up that second shot. Teemu with a gold line gladiator, pushing it out of that flex line. This is so big.
Wow. Holy cow.
And the ground play. What a shot for Teemu.
That's amazing. You can see the basket up there perched on top of that rock. It's so far away.
Mm-hmm. This hole is so beautiful. I absolutely love it. I would come back and play this hole over and over and over. Leave mine a little left, but I'm definitely in a good spot to be able to throw over. There is OB in play on the second shot, that you have to make a real smart decision if you're going to lay up short and then throw a bigger third shot, or go across to try and make the approach to the green a little bit easier. And Simon just crushes a pure hyzer to Teemu's big flex shot. Shows how much power he has. I go Lucid Raider, trying to carry right down there. You can see the water, and I just get across, which is nice. That puts me in a good spot to be able to try and attack the green. Eagle's got the same DD3 he just threw, and he's ripping it out on a hyzer, pushing way up there. Gosh, he's pin high.
I mean, that's probably not where he wanted to end up, but from being as far back as he was still a great shot. You really just want to get it up and over and as close for your third shot as possible. Mm-hmm. Big flex. Huh. Wow. Got through a lot of those.
Yeah, he kind of overturned that shot a little bit, but it definitely worked out for him. There wasn't any danger to that side, so he had all the options in the world to try and get up and down.
So I pointed it out on the front 9, but look at all that gallery while it's raining on a Thursday afternoon. Like, it's just crazy to me that many people came out to watch the first round of a tournament in the rain. It's so cool. That's a tough spot from back there.
Yeah, I had to go big, high, and wide around the trees to try and climb this huge rock.
I think you can tell how far uphill it is. It's way up there, so you need a lot of power and a lot of angle control to get up there.
Absolutely. Eagle routine, playing this hole just how you want to draw it up for the easy drop in.
Birdie, right?
Yeah, drop in birdie. It's a par 5, and it plays every bit of a par 5. I know that there were probably many 5s and aboves, and probably no 3s, and plenty of 4s, but that's good.
You think it's 3-able?
I do. On good conditions with the right wind, I think you could definitely get yourself a look if you have the power, but I don't think it's 3-able by the masses. It's 3-able by the 1%ers like Eagle, like Simon. And I think a good left-handed player like Teemu can get it because of the first shot asks for a bigger distance shot. So, and he can do that with that full flex.
Simon was just looking at his hand like the distance come out like he wanted.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it didn't go in, but...
And it's not a hole that you're stoked about a 5, but you're not mad about it. It's definitely one that 5 feels good. but you can definitely earn something more.
That looks cool. Hole 11 is a shorter hole, 100 meters. You're throwing from the top of a hill towards a basket that's set up on a hill inside of a tree line. So you can kind of run it, you could ace run it and only end up 15 feet away, which is kind of fun. It's a fun hole to watch.
Totally.
One of the easier holes on the course. Oh, helicopter arms.
Yeah,
I don't
he
think
was
he liked
disappointed
that.
with that one.
I
for
just said
sure.
it was easy. Probably not very happy with me.
Yep.
It's not easy, just compared to a lot of the other holes. It's more attackable.
This Explorer looks like it came out a little early for Teemu.
A little low.
Teemu. Sorry, Teemu.
Nizzy.
Nizzy.
DJ Nizzy.
DJ Nizzy.
DJ Niz.
So I go for the flip up sidearm here. I really liked it, and I just didn't get enough on it.
I thought it was way better than.
Can
you
hear
were
you
say
talking
I thought it
about
was better than it ended up being.
Putter? No.
This is an Iron Samurai, Eagle McMahon's tour series, and that's pretty good.
Wow, that's amazing.
And I think, you know, Simon gets a lot of credit for how good of a distance thrower he is, but he manipulates the disc
He can throw
better than
straight
most
lines
people.
and
Angles, you name it. I'm looking at circle's edge from a straddle.
oh wow, that was so close. It's a good looking putt.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just
that had a
doesn't
lot of
stick.
chains.
He hit plenty of metal there.
The whole thing moved. Did you see that?
There's a team who pointed out that there is two chains that are kind of connected with each other, or wrapped around each other. Maybe he should have fixed those, but
Bummer.
I don't know if that necessarily totally affected the putt, but it might not have helped. It might not have helped his
Well,
focus or
I'll
anything like
say
that.
I had 3 or 4 of those
Yeah,
that weren't quite perfect, but on any basket I usually putt on, they would have stayed.
totally.
I was kind of surprised a few times.
Yeah, so we're just going to yield one birdie on that hole. So only one. Look at that water flying off. Man, it was dumping. Hole 12 is
This sounds crazy.
a very, very unique hole. At 99 meters, this is a very difficult par 3.
For righty and lefty both,
Yeah,
it's
it's
tricky.
such a drastic angle, and it's not easy to access.
And
So
if
you're-
you end up short, there's a bunker kind of guarding the hole as well.
Mhm.
The lefties usually are throwing like a putter or something understable on a
Oh,
big
yeah.
flex line.
Simon just goes
Oh, wow.
big, high spike hyzer with the DD3.
Did he
Lets it
tombstone
glide
it?
over there, and he tombstones
Perfect.
15
No
15 feet, a
rolloways.
couple meters away. Eagle goes high with a S-line CD2, letting the disc glide and get over there. He hits, rolls back just a
Tombstone
little
that.
bit.
Gotta tombstone it.
Mhm.
There's that lefty shot I was talking about.
Teemu going with an Explorer, and right here we did have a pretty strong tailwind.
Oh, wow.
So
Just flattens
this
out.
played very difficult for Teemu
Oh,
to
wow.
get it over, and it just he
So
put it
far.
on such a drastic angle, and the wind just held on to it. So I go with the flippiest felon in my bag, and just try to spike it on that hyzer.
A little long.
Leaves me a little long, but should be able to manage pretty easy up and down from there. Teemu throwing a great shot with his
Yeah, but-
harp.
Throw like just as far back to the basket.
I think he got a little bad reaction off the backside of that hill, and he's going to be left with a tester putt. And
Yeah,
it doesn't
anytime
help
you-
that it's absolutely dumping right now.
Any of these mound baskets, there's always a risk of it rolling. Oh, he
Teemu
did that
immediately loses
twice.
hand.
That's too bad.
Yeah, he's not happy with that,
Well,
but
it's hard too when you can't get the grip you want. It's hard to have that disc feel natural in your hand, and you might do silly things just because it's too grippy or not grippy enough. You never know what's gonna happen. It's still coming down pretty good too.
You know, he's disappointed with that, but you know, he's a professional about it, and he can, you know, he's stepping up to every single putt knowing he can make it.
It looks so crooked from this angle.
Yeah. Those mounds can really do it to you on these golf style courses where,
Well,
man, one mistake.
30 feet, 40 sometimes.
We're cleaning up his par. And it, you know, to add to, you know, everything that's going on, it is windy. You might not see it on that flag, but it was breezy, and it is dumping, absolutely dumping. So you talk about add those factors to the mound and the basket, all those things. It definitely makes for a really, really difficult approach and putting green.
Birds in the background.
Smack. So beautiful.
Hole 13 is like my favorite hole on this course. It's like the most aesthetically pleasing hole.
I think the par 5 is.
I know you do.
Yeah.
I don't like the par 5 as much because it's really hard.
Yeah.
So 201 meters, par 4, and you have to throw kind of a flex shot or a sidearm off the tee, and then the approach is just beautiful.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Simon
Didn't get
skies
over on
out
it.
this PD2.
And there is OB on the left side, but he might be past it.
I think he made it in the
He
OBs.
did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just that left side you have to watch out for. So you want to turn it enough, but because that hill's right there, if you get it too low or turn it too much, then you end up cut rolling to the OB. So it's a pretty touchy shot, but interesting and fun one.
It's
we don't play
very
a lot
good.
of holes like this.
Yeah, the sidearm's good, but it was, you know, just the wind
Short.
didn't feel right for it.
Okay.
So I overturn this one.
Oh, that's exactly what I was talking about. But
Got a great
it's
roll
probably
out.
great you hit those
Oh yeah.
bushes because that had a lot of power on it. It could have easily cut rolled out.
I do think that we could have laid down some rollers here, but we didn't get to practice them. So maybe next year
Lefty
if we're out here.
hole.
Teemu just ripping a gladiator here and sending it up there, but he's got a little extra,
Wow.
call it bogey strength.
Because he's mad. I do that too.
Yeah.
Throw really hard and go, could you tell I was mad?
So awkward footing.
Is that Lizotte,
That
that
is
new
the-
one?
Moonshine Lucidex Felon, and I get a great reaction off of this really fast screen.
Yeah,
So
just
that
rolled in
played really
place.
good for me there.
Instead of rolling elsewhere, it just rolled in place.
Yeah.
Got a little backspin on your disc there.
Mm-hmm. So I believe this is Simon's provisional because we weren't 100% sure. We wanted to check with the course TD
Okay.
on if that was OB or inbounds, and that was from if it was inbounds, and this one is from if it was OB.
And it was OB?
And it ended up, spoiler alert, it is OB.
Okay.
Teemu throwing a lucid judge, so smooth. Nobody can judge him for that one.
Oh. Good one, Eric.
Yeah, thanks. Eagle with the P3X. He's got this D line nice and beat in, and he just can float it like a flying saucer. So Teemu, this is Simon for his par.
He's had a lot of outfit changes.
Yeah, his shirt got absolutely soaked from that rain, so he just decided to take it off and wear his long sleeve.
It was supposed to clear up in the afternoon,
It was.
but it really didn't.
Decided to just hang
Not
on and
until,
dump
like,
on us.
Late.
Yeah.
Nice.
Squeaking it in there. But it's a great recovery. Good 3 from him. And Simon taps that one in, but it is
For a
not
bogey?
going to matter. because that was for his birdie, but he was OB,
So
and he'll be
bogey?
taking a bogey.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Wobble, wobble.
Look at that
5
wobble
rotations in there. Get in there. That 5 glide coming together with the guard. So moving on to hole 14. This is an uphill hole.
Very good.
Pretty long 110-meter hole. It plays quite difficult for most of the right-handed players. Pretty routine. Smash a stable hyzer disc and let it work its way from right to left.
There's
and
really no
be
OB
close.
though. Those
Yeah.
sand traps don't come into play.
No.
You're just throwing it hard up the hill.
Eagle throws a great, I think that's a PD from him. He makes it look good.
Quiet, please.
I have a Lucid Enforcer. When I get up there, need some ground play. Big jump.
Wow. Oh,
Good
wow.
work.
That was a great shot.
Mhm.
Just went a little long.
Teemu, this is really difficult for him, but he's got his Opto Explorer
Yeah, like flex
that he's
uphill.
so comfortable with.
Wow.
I don't think there might not be a better Explorer thrower in the game, or that style of disc, T-Bird, whatever you want to call it. It just looks so good out of his hand. Simon, big PD2 spike hyzer, and he's gonna like.
Yeah, I'd take any of those.
Mm-hmm.
Can only get like halfway up the hill. It's very, very uphill.
Yeah, it is. I said this one reminded me of the water tower hole at Ledgestone with how drastically uphill it was.
Yeah.
The shape of it is there minus the giant water tower
Right, there's
and
just
all the
nothing weird in
OB.
the
So,
middle.
but the distance and the type of shot. So that is actually the disc I threw last weekend at Ledgestone on that hole. And it worked out nicely for me.
So is this another one of those like you should get this hole?
I would say the top 30 to 40 players are expecting this one, but if you have
Nice.
if you're not comfortable with a big distance throw that's uphill with a stable disc, then it's a really, really, really difficult hole.
Yeah, I mean, I know plenty of people that don't have the distance to get that far uphill, but it is pretty open.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you can hit an angle.
Catch basket. Let's go. Hole 15. This is another tight tee box, but there are 2 options. You have a big high spike hyzer, or a sidearm or lefty hyzer that comes from
There's a lot of options,
right
I think.
corner
There's
of
too
the
many
tee pad.
options.
Yeah, Eagles opting for his FD3 on a nice high spike hyzer, just putting it out there. This one's kind of leaking left on him a little bit, but catches the tree, drops down, perfect.
You thought it was in the basket?
I honestly did. From
Yeah,
our
it's
angle, it
hard
looked
to
like it
tell.
was gonna go in, and I'm
I
taking
feel
that.
like you could go in front of those trees.
Yeah.
Just low, stable.
It's more of a mid-range play than
Yeah,
a stable
completely.
disc. So I'm using this corner of the tee pad with a Lucid X Moonshine Felon, and just gonna push it out there flat and let the disc's overstability work its way back. Got a lot of action on the ground, but that's to be expected with all this rain that we've been having. Teemu, he's got his Opto anchor. He's just gonna put this out nice and flat and try and work it back. And I thought this was perfect. This was perfect. And it just kind of carried on him. It is sloping
Yeah. It's
uh,
sloping
towards his
away
hyzer.
from the basket, yeah.
So that did not play well for him. Simon wanted this one to be a lot straighter. That was the mid-range play, and he just leaked it out left, which is fine. He's definitely got a look. Just missing left.
That's un-Simon-like.
Yeah. Teemu's got some trees in his way. He's a little obstructed and from a straddle. And he putted it very well. That's just a tough break, hitting off the band.
Yeah.
It's a good confident putt, even with the hiccup on hole 12. He's still throwing that stroke, just as good as he needs to, just to kind of keep the score low.
He's good at having a good attitude. Great putt.
Yeah.
Circle 2?
It might have been Circle's Edge. It felt great. It was just one of those putts that, you know, always feels good to hit. You know, you're not always expecting those, but, you know, if you're putting well, they're going in.
He didn't look very convinced on that one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I made the joke that like a Sexton putt, he does a lot of those where they just kind of
squeaking.
Yeah, they kind of Mario hop off of like a Koopa and go into the chains.
Mine don't do that. They hit the nubs and then go back to the side.
2 birdies there, so. Hole 16. This is a great par 3.
This is a really cool hole.
Yeah.
The only danger is behind the basket, really. You're not really getting to that sand trap unless you... I mean, you don't really mess it up.
Yeah.
Cool tee shot, though.
It's beautiful, and, you know, we have some big throwers, so this is definitely in everybody's wheelhouse to try and pick up, and you definitely want it. For these players, they have the big spike hyzer option. Eagle just ripping this cloud breaker out there. Just needs to not catch these trees. He does, but he fights through them. That's
So
great.
this is set on top of a golf green. So there's like a little
I think
ditch.
it's a tee pad.
Sorry, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Tee pad. So there's a little ditch like right before leading up the hill. So you
Mhm.
really want to like stick the top of that hill. And there's a good flat space to do it, but if you go long, it's out of bounds.
Yeah. And I go with a Lucid Raider here, just trying to keep it straight. And just leaks out left on me. Distance was good, but, you know, considering I feel like that spike hyzer distance is you know, not in my wheelhouse. So
There's no OB over there though. It's just long in the basket.
you know, Teemu, I think he's choosing between a Getaway and Explorer, and there was a little bit of a tailwind here, so I think the Explorer was a perfect choice. And look at this.
Oh.
Tell me, there's nobody who throws it that disc better than he does.
He good.
He's the best Explorer thrower in the game.
Even though he's a left-handed.
Yeah, he's one of those left-handeds. Simon go with the big spike hyzer. I think he just saws this off a little bit inside and leaks over to where in Narnia with me.
Hang out with you.
Yeah, it was nice. Made me feel good about mine.
Were you going for this?
Yeah, when I realized there wasn't much of a danger behind, like it would have been really difficult to blow past it from the stance that I had.
Totally.
I just said, look, well, let's, you know, give it a chance. Always trying to get on that highlight reel. Just off the top for Simon.
Simon wanted it a little more than you.
Mm-hmm. Well, we wanted it the same because we both didn't go in. We didn't want it enough.
He hit the basket though.
I tried. Eagle picking up a great birdie.
That's
this
a
is
really good birdie.
this is in the realm. The last 16 and 17 are definitely bonus birdies. So picking these up can really help your round be super hot. Teemu with a great putt, great 2, going long with a 7-speed on a 150-meter hole. That's insane. Shows how good of a thrower he actually is, and yeah, telling you kids, watch Teemu. He's top notch. So hole 17, 115 meters. It's a really tight tunnel, OB all on the left side. And there's a bunch of trees on the left side that really kind of force you to not allow you to push it out wide and let it crash back in like you may want to. So you kind of have to be playing this, you know, trusty flex shot that with a disc that you know is going to fight out a little bit. Eagle going with his Iron Samurai MD3, putting it inside the circle. That is a really impressive throw. Essentially, we did have a headwind here, so it was just one of those holes where it was all about your angle control.
You mentioned the OB on the left side?
Yeah, lots of OB on the left side.
Yeah, so as a right-hander, if you turn it over too much, again, you have the same issue with possibly cut rolling, which I actually did see. Whoop.
Teemu almost throws that perfectly. He catches the mound, it's perfect, but he just misses and he has a circle 2 look on a mound basket.
Wow, it's mound baskets for you.
Yeah. I have one of my flippier felons. I was feeling like I was playing a pretty solid round, and the last thing I wanted to do was flirt with the OB, so I went on the safe side. If I threw that really good, it was gonna have a chance for the birdie. But if I happened to overturn it, it was no chance of being in danger.
Well, and with it being a mound basket, just because you're close doesn't mean it's a guaranteed 2 either. Like, it's still a pretty risky, tough putt.
It looks like
Simon
got
kind of did the same
slammed.
thing, yeah.
Yeah. Just laying up.
Smart.
Mm-hmm. Knowing that hole 18 is a very gettable hole. Just allow whatever score I'm shooting to be good enough. Simon doesn't care, gives it a run anyways. It's a good play from Teemu. He doesn't want another recap of hole 12. Eagle gets the birdie. Great hit. No,
that's really good for him, because I know the scores were kind of tight at this point, so getting that birdie that nobody else picked up is huge.
Definitely separating himself from the rest with that putt, pushing him to 10 under par on the round. The rest of us, you just can do our little drop-ins. Seems good. What a putt. Making it look easy. So hole 18 is a par 4. I think it's close to like 700 feet. I'm not sure the meters, but it's really, really good. It's OB on the left side, goes flat and then downhill a long way, so the basket is completely blind unless you crest the hill. Eagle going for the big time roller, trying to push this one out here.
Get out of the way!
Get out of the way! Oh, they moved quick.
Curls
That's
over
good.
in the woods. He's going to have a little more obstructed than he might want.
That's probably not
approach.
what he was going for. I mean,
No.
he's trying to get in the middle of the fairway.
Teemu with that gold line gladiator, and he got all of this.
Whoa.
And then watch this. Get the roll.
Oh my
Later.
goodness.
So good. You can see the basket
Another
down there.
60 feet. This is an enforcer?
Yeah, lucid enforcer. I just didn't get it up. But
Enough height?
not enough
Okay.
height. Good smooth throw, but just
It's a
didn't
good
put
spot to be.
it in the air. I'm gonna have a bigger approach than I maybe have wanted, but I'm definitely not out of it for sure. Simon laying down a DD3 roller.
Watch this, ladies and gentlemen.
He's cutting perfectly. This is what you want it to look like. Crest the hill.
Looks like it's going to keep going left, but it picks up speed, which turns it.
Helps it out. Keeps rolling. He is inside the circle.
700 plus feet.
Wow. And I gave Simon, crap because he needs to make that putt if I get up and down to beat me here. But I have to do this first. Lucid X Fallon.
That rolled so weirdly. So
It had a lot of
strange.
spin on that really, really short grass.
Really liking that backspin today.
Yeah.
From a knee.
From a knee.
Was it
Just
that
didn't
crippling
commit
over
to
there?
it enough. That was with a Tiger Warrior. He just didn't put enough turn on it. I asked him, was like, well, it seemed like a pretty tough lie. And he said, no, I just messed that up. So he felt pretty confident that he could have executed that shot. Teemu with his harp, trusty harp,
Oh my goodness.
almost dunks it.
Yep. Yeah, the thing with Eagle, like, with that last birdie, that can help his confidence, and like, I don't know, obviously what was going through his head on this last hole, but he's still coming in with the hottest score.
Yeah.
I mean,
He
on
was
his card for sure, but also in the field.
I think he was, he was feeling confident. He didn't feel there was any danger.
Yeah.
And he could get it. But we have Simon
Look at those
for
clouds.
Eagle.
Wow.
What a putt! What a shot! What a putt!
Eagle.
And
Two
it's
strokes on a
perfect for how the
700-foot.
weather looks now. From the rain we had not long ago to opening up to what a beautiful eagle.
Yeah, people are going to talk about that for sure. That was amazing.
Yeah, it was. That is a legit par 4 that he just did in 2 strokes. It's such a cool thing to see. And he's one of the few people who could actually do it. Teemu clean up a great birdie. Get himself to 6 under par on the round, which is very respectable. I know he had the one hiccup, but he's a good enough golfer that he's always ready to bounce back.
Nice putt.
Those are the kind of putts you want to end your round on.
Aw. Cool, that was fun. Thank you guys for joining us for the Tyyni Round 1 2019.
Yeah, we're really happy to be able to do commentary. I love being able to talk disc golf with my wife, and make sure you guys are looking into this tournament in 2020. We're loving our time here. Finland is beautiful, and these guys are putting out some great disc golf content. So, great scores: 10, 8, and a 6. Great stuff from our
Stay
players.
tuned for the rest of the rounds.
Yeah, and make sure you guys check these guys out.
Subscribe.
Like, subscribe, share this video. Vaino Makala also putting up a 10 down. Samuel Heinonen. I think I said that right, probably not. At 9 down, Mikael, Simon, myself, Yuna, and a bunch of others at 8 and 7 under par. But make sure you guys check these guys out on Patreon. Check us out on social media. We really appreciate your guys' time and watching this video. Thank you. Look into the Tyyni. Be
That's a
awesome.
wrap.
Be dynamic. Buy whale sacks. All that good stuff. You guys are amazing. We're just gonna keep plugging. Thank you guys.